how can I calculate and compare slopes? So when you're looking at a graph, the slope is really your rise over your run. And how do you calculate that? Well, rise is how far up or your change in y value. So I can take any 2 points here. I could start at this point and I go up and I go up from 20 to 40. So my rise here is 20. So I can calculate the rise as the 20. Again, if I took my y coordinates and I did 40 minus 20, that would also equal 20. My change in y is 20. Over my run. Run is how far side to side. So rise is how far up. Run is side to side from this point over to here. So I go from here to here. If I look down here, this looks to be 1, and it goes over to 2. So my run is going to be just 1. You can then take this fraction and divide it out, simplify it to 20 divided by 1 equals 20. So in this case, my slope would be 20, which can also be called m, or slope. And this would represent time in months, so cost of dollars per month. So this would be $20 per month. When we're looking at slopes, we also want to compare them. In comparing slopes, the higher number means the steeper or greater the slope. So a slope of 20 would be greater than a slope of 15, but less than a slope of 30. On a graph, this slope is steeper than this, so therefore the numerical value of this slope would be greater than this slope. All right. Say I take 2 copy machines and I want to compare what their rate is. Well, maybe I have a graph of one, and maybe I have a table and I can pull this information from the table. Copier A makes 80 copies every 2.5 minutes. So I write that down. I figure out by dividing 80 divided by 2.5, I get 32 copies per minute. Copier B, I have this graph. So I figure out the rise over run on the graph by simply counting the rise over the run. So the rise from here to here is up 50. The run is over 1.5. So it's rise of 50, run of 1.5. 50 divided by 1.5 is 33.3 repeating, and that would be copies per minute. I can now compare 33.3 to 32, and I know 32 is less than 33, so A is less than B, meaning that copier B makes copies faster than copier A. And now again, that's just calculating and comparing slopes.